Quit eating people. It's just wrong. Although I suppose if I had to choose, I'd rather you munch on already deceased people. Okay, let's talk to these deer. Ah, the water near the human village tastes terrible, like something rotten. Dasnan. Ah, great fertilizer, huh? Quit eating pigs, that's wrong too. Alright. Gotcha, Dasnan. Use turtle droppings and don't eat the pigs. Dear. Ah, what was that strange glowing stone that robed fellow took to yonder temple? Everyone seemed quite enthralled with it, but it didn't look like any salt lick I've ever seen. Ah, oh, I already talked to that guy. Okay. Alright. Oh. Okay. So let's put that there. We also didn't go these directions, so... And we also didn't go this way. Alright, so that marks things out. Over here. Okay, looks like there's another rabbit up there, and there's more troll droppings. Lovely. I hear voices a little bit. Okay, I'm not ready to go to the temple yet. How are we doing for the explorer here yet? Alright, let's go back this way. Let's follow this loop round. Actually, let's talk to this rabbit.
Well, hello there.
And Marcher 39, thank you, or Marrowhair. Sorry, a little hard to see. Marrowhair. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Hey! What did the Immaculate say when her friend asked her to go to a feast instead of a blood orgy? Sorry, but I can't do it. Eh? Eh? That's terrible.
Until we meet again.
Don't give up your day job.
Don't look at me like that. It's not as though I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, look what I found, besides. Of course, now I need a bath, but... I kind of already needed one from before, so I guess. Have we talked to you guys? Say, you know Zigzags too? What a teeny tiny world. I think I'd like to become an Immaculate too. Better to be on the right side of a dagger than the wrong. Now, what to do about these hooves? Okay. Nothing here? No, it doesn't look like it. We've got a lot of mushrooms. Alright, so let's go back here and pick some mushrooms. Let's get these ones. Was that a blow on was that a bow? Was that a bow on a plinth? Where? At which point? More of a promontory. Over here? If this is what you meant, it was a branch. East of the path. Oh, I see a beehive, though. That's empty. East of the path. Was it over here? Near the beehive? Which is there? Alright. I wish it was a bow. Might have been a nicer bow than mine. You're probably seeing things. Okay. Well, if I was where you thought you saw it, then I didn't see it.
Why, hello there.
I may be a pig, but you could stand to lose a few yourself.
Right then.
Hey. I didn't say anything about your weight. Dead adventurer. A diary. Alrighty. Let's see what that says. Day 654. All sources suggest that the Heartseeker, that legendary and lethal bow, has long lain hidden in a small village to the north of Luculla Forest, so I've traveled many moons in that direction. By sundown, I should cross the gates of Silverglen. Day 655. The inhabitants here are somewhat queer, perhaps too eager in their love for their conduit and their goddess, but they have been most accommodating. They say that in order to reach the village I seek, I'll need to undergo a series of trials, for the passage is closely guarded. I know not yet what trials they mean, but I'll gladly suffer through anything, short of death, to capture Heartseeker at last. Day 656. It seems these trials were no hazard of nature, but some sort of religious ritual instead. The local abbot, a certain Loic, brought me through a series of strange tests, one of which I thought might undo me entirely. Nevertheless, I managed, somehow, to pass the strange trial, rest in peace, innocent fowl, and now have access to the small village where Heartseeker is said to lie. So there is a bow here. Not on the plinth that you thought, since it was a rock, but, Day 667. I have spent over a week inspecting the wood around the village and sneaking into every nook and cranny the place has to offer, but I have found no evidence of the legendary bow. All my work, all my research, to be led into a blind alley. Nothing for it but to pack my bags and begin anew in a fresh direction. Day 668. As I was trekking towards the village on my way to finish my affairs and begin the journey home, my weary eye caught a glimmer atop a cliff. I watched it intently, and heart in my throat recognized Heartseeker. After years of searching, after burden, after trial, after setback, the bow at last. Day 669. I have tried every possible method of retrieving the bow, but it rests exactly too far in any one direction for me to reach. There's but one remaining possibility. I'll have to jump from the cliff top and snag the bow on my way to the ground below. That apparently didn't go well. At all. Oh, that's the bow you were talking about. I thought it was some... I didn't even realize it was a bow. I thought it was like part of the statue. Like, I didn't even... Yeah, I saw the glimmer thingy. That's... Oh. Oh, oh. Okay, want. Okay. Let's just... How far are we... Closer we do finishing... Joining up here. Actually, let's go a little closer to the edge here, and then we'll go back around, and we'll see if we can get that bow. Now I want that bow. Oh, what's this? Oh. It's... yeah, fabulous. Okay, so my guess is there's a guy to talk to, fight with. Oh, rabbit hole.
What have you got stashed in here, Mrs. Cottontail?
Some money. Thank you.
Well, hello there.
Beware the were-sheep.
Until we meet again.
Okay. Oop, second bunny. Stop. Want to talk to you. Stop. Stop. Dang it. I'm going to talk to that rabbit. There we go.
My friend returns.
Chi-chi. You can do it, human. You can... Oh, we already talked to you.
Until we meet again.
You were the same one. Alright. So here... Cave. Village. Question marks? I don't know. Okay. Let's go back this way. Let's go back to here. Come on, guys. I thought I separated you from everybody else. No. Well, that's a little simpler than I thought. Let's just make sure these guys are running the way... Oh, hold it. Make sure she's gonna go the way I expect. Is that a tenebrium bow? Yes. Well, it may not be tenebrium, but it's mine. Whatever it is, it's mine. Ooh, dexterity and perception. Oh, the perception isn't as good. What? It's not as good as the one that I'm using. Huh. I mean, it's... Okay, let's look at the speed. Actually, it's faster. So, that means it is better. And it's got slightly more water damage than the other had fire. The downside is that I will lose 1 perception from it. She doesn't use her bow that often. Or her crossbow, as the case may be. Critical damage on this is ×2, and it's got a +8% critical. Yeah. I'll have to think about it. Because if I add this, I've added Tormented Soul to it, it'll add +2 strength and +2 dexterity. But she'd still be losing 1 dex, 1 perception. And actually, I really like having her perception up and the dexterity up. In general. I'll think about it. If I don't use it, it's going to go into a museum. I mean, it's going back to the homestead. Belongs in a museum. Alright. I guess that's worth saving, huh? Okay, so this is probably the place. I think we should talk to this person up here first before we go in there, though. Which is over here. Let's talk to this pig.
Why, hello there.
Oink! I'm as pretty, pink as pretty can... A what? I'm as pink and... It's probably supposed to be and. I'm as pink and pretty as can be. And you're some filthy nobody.
Right then.
Huh. Have you been to the Cave of Portals? I heard it's haunted by an undead ewe, but that's only talk among us whitetails. Oh.
What have you got stashed in here, Mrs. Cottontail?
Steel bar and a mackerel. Why in the heck would a rabbit have a mackerel? That just doesn't seem right somehow. Alright. So let's talk to this guy here. I think it's guy. You look guy-like? Well, from this angle you do. Yes, you are a guy. Oh, it's you! Well, we meet again. I was hoping we might have the pleasure. You got anything for sale? Not really. We met him once before. He asked us a question, I answered it. I can't remember the precise question, and then he wandered off. I think he asked us what we were doing in Sicil. You know about deer, then? Is that, an unrealistic set of antlers? Maybe it's, special deer. You! What are you doing here, of all places? Didn't I already tell you? I like to keep things in check. Make sure everything's in its place. A more interesting question is, what you are doing here, my strange friend? Did you find what you were seeking since we last met? Let's answer the first one. Yes, but my journey is far from over. It seems there's more afoot in Rivellon than even I knew. The mysterious stranger seems to smile, or is it grimace? You can't quite tell. He gazes at you without blinking for several long moments. Okay. See? That's what he did last time. I answered his question and then he just went off. Dang it. Okay. Interesting. Oh, the antlers are thicker than you would see on a whitetail. Okay. Well, not being a deer connoisseur, I'll take your word for that. It also moves very fast, doesn't it? Did we look at that? Oh, we haven't looked at that bird nest.
I can only hope this might be a magpie's nest.
It wasn't. It was some other boring bird. Alright, I guess we're gonna go into the village. That seems like a logical next step. Underground passage. Okay. See if we can talk to the rat before it runs too far away. Talk to the rat, talk to the rat, talk to the rat. There we go. Squeak! It's awful boring here. It's awfully boring in here without the proper magic. Then things really get moving. Or should I say, stomping. Magic and stomping, huh? Magic? Okay. Don't know if we can go up here. Kind of implies we need magic to do something in here specifically. Oh. Aha. I see. Gotcha. I see how that works. I apologize for the occasional cat complaint in the background. Stuffin is attempting to get her supper early. More like a late evening snack, but just send that to the homestead. Alright, let's check this then first. Yeah, doesn't this look... It's either highly polished slate or, more likely, obsidian. Which would make it a very slippery surface to walk on. It's a good thing we have nails on our boots. That looks like a mausoleum, doesn't it? Huh. But I guess it's just either side of the gate here. It's nothing specific. Well, this could be a mausoleum here. Or just part of the wall. Let's see what's collapsed down though. Alright. Let's go around this way. That looks like this is the way. Okay. I'm guessing we're not in... Are we still in the underground passage? Huh? Oh, I guess we kind of climbed up and over. Let's see if we can talk to that rat before it runs off. Come on, guys.
Why, hello there.
Squeak! Don't ask me about all these teleporters. My friend's the one with all the details. Good luck finding her.
Bye then.
Okay, so we have another rat to find. Okay. Some broken pots. Can I turn? Sort of. Not really. Come on. There we go. Sure, have bottled water. Okay, so we can go up, or we can go down. Well, let's just put a thing here. Just so I'm not looking for it some other time. What do you think, up or down? I think I'm going to look down first. I'd really like to know who that's supposed to represent. It just doesn't fit my vision of Astarte somehow. You know? Oh, there's a teleporter. Okay. I think before we use any teleporters, I think it might be a good idea to make sure that we find that other rat first. Can I turn now? Thank you. We'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's the same rat we talked to. Not a new rat. Yeah, it's the same rat.
Right then.
Did you have a name? You don't. You're just a rat. You dirty rat. Why, I oughta. Okay. So can we see that on the map, really? Not really. Actually, I think it's more there, isn't it? Let's do that. Let's get rid of that one. I was just thinking it's been deceptively calm. Okay, so that's probably that direction. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so let's go up and around this way, I guess. I guess we can kind of explore this room, okay. And then we've got a path. I see, path going either side. In this way. Okay, so we got 2 portals here. Alright. Stop it stuffing. It's too early. Okay. Does that mean there's another one over here? Yep, looks like it. Oh, that might be the rat we want. Alright, I think we should still continue with the original plan of exploring all the parts first, though. Okay, so this actually just took us back. So we just did a loop there. Okay. Loop-de-loop. Well, in that case, let's just go back this way. Well, nothing super exciting. Just a book and a log. Okay, let's go this way. Let's make sure we walk sort of through the center as well, in case there's anything. Okay, open that. Oh. I already have one of those, but alright. Did we get these? No, we didn't. Okay, so we have another portal. So that one's got fire. What did this one have? Oh! Ah! Okay, we need to put a little... I have to fix the notes. Okay, so... let's call this one... And this one is... looks like snow, doesn't it? I think so. So let's... I think it's ice. Ice or snow. And so this one down in the center here, did it have anything around it? It had nothing. Okay. An unremarkable one. All right. Right, so where do you go down to? To nowhere, really. Oh, no. Oh, maybe. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm totally forgetting to do that. Can I get around here? No. Okay, so we're gonna have to quickly go through here and hit the Alt key just to make sure I didn't miss something. Aside from the scribbled notes, which I almost missed. Okay. Alright, let's read those notes. Marandino the Discerning has done it this time. None will manage to reach my magnificent treasure now that I've guarded it with an impenetrable puzzle. Gluttonous thieves and cultists may gaze upon my riches, but will they gain them? Never! What better place to hide my riches from those bloodlickers than before their very noses? Oh, how they'll be tantalized, and oh, how they'll jump from portal to portal forevermore, seeking but never finding Marandino's bounty. An endless labyrinth of portals awaits the pitiful fool who would lust after what is rightly Marandino's. Note to self, if Marandino wishes to retrieve his treasure, may he remember the following. Burr Mountain, Pant Waterfall, Mop Bronze. Okay. Burr Mountain, Pant. So it looks like that's steps. Burr is probably the cold one. Don't know what mountain, pant, waterfall, mop, or bronze are. Okay. Well, I have a feeling we're going to be looking at that again in a moment. I don't suppose this one had a waterfall or something nearby. Pant might be one that you have to climb to get to. Alright. Just give me half a moment here. I have to kick a cat out of the room. I'll be right back. Alright.
There's a portal on that segregated chamber.
It shouldn't be too much trouble to reach, should it?
I guess. Hmm. It's got a lever. Huh. Alright. Okay, well the first step was burr. And unfortunately the rat that we would like to have talked to is apparently... Where did I see that rat? I thought we saw it down there, but... I guess... I didn't. What? Okay. Well, let's take the burr, or the burr one first. I think that's the burr one. Okay. Oh, there's a rat. Stop!
Why, hello there.
Squeak! From the top! Ice, earth, fire, nature. Oh, blast. What comes after that again? Alright, let's write that down. Ice, earth. Blast. What comes after that again?
Right then.
Oh, okay. Okay, so translation. Burr, mountain. Pant. Why is pant fire? Okay. Waterfall. Okay, that makes sense for nature. And then after that is mop. So my guess is that one's probably water. And then bronze. Don't know what that one would be. Alright, well... Okay, so let's come back here. So this is... Oh! Is that where we are? Huh. Let's just call that an entry teleporter. So let's check all the things. Oh! Hey, Braveheart, we got something for you to dig. A were-sheep. Okay. You dare disturb the Queen of Wool? Fleeced my flocks will come. Bleeding will they destroy you, and may their fine fluff smother you to hell itself. Nothing seems to be happening. Just you wait. Armies of faithful flocks are waiting to attend my every whim. They'll make short work of you, intruder. Tell me about yourself. The sovereign of the ovine hordes need not answer your every query. Be gone with you, or I'll send you the way of my corpse into parts mysterious and vile. Your corpse? You mean your body is somewhere else? I sent that mouldering nuisance into the darkest wood of all, where such filth is welcome. If you be as fascinated by haunted trees and strange floating words as was my body, I suggest you make your way to the Phantom Forest, too. Don't tell me you've got a penchant for stardust, too. Reeking fools are all alike. All the better. The regiment of rams will be here any moment. Okay. The legend of the were-sheep. We met the ghost of the were-sheep, whose corpse has gone wandering near a great tree in the Phantom Forest. The ghost seemed to indicate that its corpse quite enjoyed stardust, of all things. Stardust. Okay. Well, hello, sheep. Enjoy your death. Whatever. Unlife. Empty mug. Sure, you can take that. Okay, can I turn in here? Please? No? Okay. Fine. Be like that. I guess I should mark you on the map, shouldn't I? Good. Spelt it right. Couldn't see it. Wasn't sure if I had a typo or not. Alright, nothing there that I can see. We looked. No, we didn't look at these. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that go. Oh, there's a rat. Is that the rat we talked? That's the rat we talked to. Oh, so this is the waterfall one. Alright. Patsuru, hello! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? A pocket knife. Finish looking around this room and then we'll check out the various portals.